Hello, everybody. Clay here, Cardboard Empires, and today we're going to go with a little change of pace. We're going to talk about something a little bit different. It's going to be more of a story time rant video. So buckle in, sit down. I'm coming at you fast. I'm coming at you hard. I'm going to talk about meeting my wife on Tinder. I'm going to talk about how I used to weigh over 300 pounds and how I lost that, and how that is all tied into the philosophy that I've used in my own personal life of good things come to those who wait. And the first thing that I want to go over when it comes to good things come to those who wait is the idea of inaction versus action. And when thinking about the philosophy of the phrase good things come to those who wait, it's really easy to fall into the trap of inaction. Of course, it's so easy. Good things come to those who wait, so I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to wait. Something's going to pass me, something's going to pass by, and then I'm going to jump on it. Then I'm going to seize the day. I'm going to take advantage of the situation, and good things will have come to me. And unfortunately, that's not how it works. I'm sorry to tell you. When I met my wife, when I lost all that weight, I was patient, I was methodical, but I was also decisive and purposeful. I was waiting in the sense that I was being patient, but I was not being inactive. I was taking action towards my final goal. This is a true statement. Good things come to those who wait. It's a true statement in life and in collecting. It's something that I think a lot of people would really benefit people to apply it to their collecting and their life in general. If you think about in collecting, how many people out here are trying to take the shortcut, take the path of least resistance, to jump on into the hobby or the sphere, go after the card that everybody's hyping up because it's going to make them a bunch of money? When I think about good things come to those who wait, the first story that comes to mind is the old Aesop fable of the tortoise and the hare. The classic tale of two animals are set to race. The tortoise is a very slow animal. The hare, a bunny rabbit, is very fast. So obviously, everybody expects the hare to win the race. But that's not what happens. The hare, and I don't remember the specifics of the story right off the top of my head, but in the end, the hare loses the race because he was trying to cheat or take shortcuts, and the tortoise was just straight on down the line. Oh no, the hare fell asleep. I think he was so cocky he fell asleep, and the tortoise just blew right past him in his tortoise way. In collecting and in life, this is so important. Think of all the people who are getting into Pokemon right now, and they're going after the Charizards, or they're getting into Magic the Gathering or anything, and they think that they are on a shortcut, on an easy path to victory. And what they don't realize is that what they're doing when they're buying these cards, most of the time, the tortoise is at the finish line, and they're taking the baton from the tortoise, and they're starting a new race as the hare, and they're going to lose. Now, in some cases, I will say that it's just a case of a new tortoise taking the baton from an old tortoise, and they're about to start their tortoise race, and they will win in the end. But more than not, what I see most of the time is a hare taking the baton from a tortoise and thinking that they're off to the races, and I think they're in for a world of hurt. Unfortunately, it's not something that I revel in, but it's something that I see as fact. Waiting is not inaction. When you think of good things come to those who wait, it's very easy to hear that word wait and conflate it with inaction. But if you think about the story of the tortoise and the hare, the tortoise is not waiting. The tortoise is engaged in the race. He's or she is moving down the raceway and wins through persistence. The tortoise doesn't win through inaction, through sloth, laziness, distraction. They win because of persistence. They know what the end goal is, what the end of the race is, and they just push right on through in the face of unbelievable adversity. You think the tortoise doesn't know that it's a long shot to win that race? You think the tortoise isn't at the starting line looking at the hare saying, boy, this isn't going to be easy. That hare is much faster than me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but I am going to go in the race anyway. I'm going to push through, and whatever happens, happens. So I want to drive that point home. Even in my own life, it's so easy for me to conflate waiting with inaction. And it's something that I've spent years working my way out of and correcting that thinking in my own head, especially in today's world of distraction. Look around. Look at the distraction everywhere. For me specifically, in my old life, in a past life before I had a family and all kinds of businesses, video games and pornography, massive distractions. And both of them made me feel like I was accomplishing something. When I think back, way back in the early days of my video gaming life, playing Halo 2, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, such time sinks. And the trick is they make you feel accomplished when you're done. Oh my gosh, I just beat that 20-man raid and I got this new chest piece. I have truly accomplished something in my life. I am heralded as a warrior. I wasn't a warrior, but colloquially speaking, I was a warrior among men in World of Warcraft because of my awesome, cool chest. And thinking back on those days, unfortunately, I do not hold those achievements to the same esteem that I did back then. And I could have been using that time for something better. That's not to say, and hold on before you load up the comments section with your negative remarks, that's not to say that your personal finish line can't be video games, or video games can't be in your race to your finish line of a new career, of whatever your finish line is, personal wealth and riches and fame. I don't know what your personal finish line is, but video games can be on that path to that finish line. I just want to drive home the idea, though, that if video games are on that path, make sure that you're on the path. Just simply playing video games isn't enough. If your path is streaming as a career, you need to set up the camera, you need to set up the microphone, you need to sit down, and you need to turn on that smile, you need to turn on that charm, and play your video games and talk into the camera. And believe me, I know it's hard some days. Unfortunately, things like video games trick you into thinking that just merely playing them is enough. And I have a lot of friends that have fallen into that trap. I wish I could help them. And I guess there's just, different paths for different people. Personally, for me, even nowadays, I still have distractions. I still have things that cause me to be inactive while convincing me that I'm being active or that I'm merely waiting. Things like YouTube. I make YouTube videos. And on some days, rather than making new YouTube videos, turning on the camera, turning on that smile, turning on the charm, I can spend hours watching other people's YouTube videos, watching different card game videos, just random podcasts, and convince myself at the end of a stretch of watching YouTube videos that I've accomplished something, that I've learned a new topic to talk about in one of my videos, or that I've learned a new way to analyze things or a new way to have conversations. But the truth is I was mostly just being inactive. I was mostly just sitting passively by when I could have been on the path to where I want to be. And the final thing, and where I'm going to talk about my own personal weight loss story and meeting my wife on Tinder, is deciding what you want is the most important thing that you, I, or anybody can do in collecting or in life. Figuring out where that finish line is and then what you have to do to get there. With me with weight loss, I'll just show this picture. This was me at 14. Let's see, maybe you can see it better over here. This was me at 14, where I weighed about 310 pounds. And it took a while for me to figure out that my finish line was weight loss. I was unhappy. I was unhealthy. And I didn't really fully understand why or what I had to do to fix it. But once I realized that these things were caused primarily by my weight, I was able to pick a finish line and everything fell into place after that. Once I was able to say to myself, hey, it's the weight, dude. You got to get rid of the weight. I was able to say, okay, well, my finish line for this year is 285 pounds. And then the year after that, it's 265 pounds. And setting that finish line, everything else comes easy. Once I know that I need to lose weight and I know what the marker is, well, then, I mean, everybody knows what do you have to do to lose weight, right? Burn more calories than you take in. It's just a simple math equation after that. Lastly, I'll talk about meeting my wife on Tinder. And admittedly, this is not, it's not something that I'm super embarrassed about, but it's also not something that I'm crazy about. It's not something that I'm very proud of. I am very proud of my wife. I'm very proud of my family. I love them both immensely. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of a social stigma attached to Tinder and the idea of what people are doing on Tinder. I like to shy away from the topic as much as possible, especially at dinner parties or cocktail parties. But here's a photo of my beautiful family, my beautiful wife, 2 daughters. Unfortunately, we've had a 3rd daughter since this photo was taken, and she's not in it. So we'll have to take a new one. But I met my wife in that photo on Tinder, and I couldn't be happier with her. I love her very, very much. I love my family very, very much. But this is a case of good things coming to those who wait, because even though I weighed 300 plus pounds, believe it or not, even though I was massive, I had lots of girlfriends. I had lots of, brief female acquaintances, let's call them. And with that, many opportunities to start a family, settle down, pick one of these fine young ladies and make a real go at it. But it just wasn't the time. They didn't feel right. The time, the age, the person, none of it felt right until I met my wife. And it's really indescribable when you meet somebody who you just know. It just kind of falls into place. And every trite cliche about love is true when it happens to you. It's not even a matter of, oh, I really love this person. It's more of a matter of, you're going to be somebody who's in my life for the rest of my life. I get it now. It's not even like, oh, I can't live without you. My heart is so wrecked when you're not around me. It's more matter of fact than that. It's more like, oh, okay, so you're a part of me now. I understand. You're going to be there now until I die. And it's an amazing thing. I don't know if Tinder is right for anybody out there, but I had to be on the path. I wasn't inactive, right? Being on Tinder, going through the whole swiping thing, going through the whole chatting thing with, random ladies on Tinder, the whole awkward conversations of, oh, let me try to impress you with my one-liners, that whole nonsense. Setting up the date with my wife, going and meeting her at the coffee shop, all of the anxiety of that whole process. That is action. That's me being patient and methodical, but knowing what the end goal is. The end goal is having a wife and having a family, but being decisive and purposeful. In that end goal, I was taking the steps that I needed to take to get there. And that's what I really, really want to impress upon collectors and just really, if you're just a human being out there, this is, advice that you can use to affirm where you want to go in your own life. If you're a collector, what are you collecting? Are you collecting Pokemon cards? What's your finish line? Are you collecting Charizards? Are you collecting Pikachus? Or what sets are you collecting? How do you know when your collection is done? Is my bigger question to collectors. Because I don't think personally, and this is just my opinion, I don't think it's enough to just be a collector. I don't think it's enough to just collect everything. If you want to collect set binders, one card of every single card that's come out in every set, there's a purpose, there's a goal there, there's a finish line. If you want to collect a booster box, every single booster box that's come out in Pokemon, that's a high goal, that's a lofty goal, but there's a finish line. And I would like to see people adopt that finish line in their collecting so that they can be more purposeful in their strategies moving forward. If you've made it to this part of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much. There's been a lot of new subscribers to the channel lately, and I am very, very grateful to the new subscribers and the friends that I have made along the way that have helped me get to having the relative success that I'm having right now on YouTube. Consider hitting the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. Consider hitting the like button if you like this video. And leave a comment down below and let me know how you feel about good things coming to those who wait. Is there a time in your life that you have found this little axiom to be true? Or on the other hand, is there a time in your life that you've been the hare, because I've been there myself, and you've tried to take shortcuts and you've wound up losing, which has led to you understanding that maybe good things really do come to those who wait. Thanks for watching. As always, I will catch you later.